back, readers. Today we're going to be practicing the alphabet and the words we've learned so far. Let's begin. Here we are going to match our letters to our picture sounds. So first we have A. So does A sound like the fish? Ba-ba-ba. Does A sound like the scissors? K-k-k. Or does A sound like the boy with the bad haircut? Ah! If you said A sounds like the boy with the bad haircut, give yourself a round of applause. That's right. Next, we have the letter B. We have two pictures left. Does B sound like the fish? Ba-ba-ba. Or does B sound like the scissors? K-k-k. If you said B sounds like the fish, ba-ba-ba, you're right. Our last letter is C, and there's only one picture left. So C sounds like the scissors. K-k-k. On this page, we have D, E, and F. What sound does D make? Does it go with the big sister that's mean, going, duh? Or is it saying its name and smiling and holding its hands up? Or is it the boy blowing hair out of his face? Which sound does D make? If you said D goes with the mean big sister saying, duh, that's correct. Our next letter is E. Does E make the E sound by saying its name? Or does it say, like the boy blowing hair out of his face? If you said E says its name, E, that's right. Our last letter on the page goes with the last picture, the boy blowing his hair out of his face. Now on this page we have G, H, and I. Which sound does G go to? Is it like the man drinking water? G-g-g. Is it like the poop that says eh and says its name also? Or is it the man warming up his hands? If you said G is like the guy drinking water, good job, g-g-g. What sound does H go with? Is it I and saying its name? Or is it the guy warming up his hands? If you said it's the guy warming up his hands, good job. Our last letter on this page is I, and we only have one picture left. I says its name and I. On this page we have J, L, and M. Can you tell me which picture sound J goes with? Is it like the headphones that go la 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 when the waitress walked up? Is it the jackhammer in the street going j j j j j? Or is it the cookie where you say when you eat it? If you said J is like the jackhammer, j j j, good job. Our next letter is L. Does L sound like the headphones? La la la. Or does L sound like the cookie? If you said L sounds like the headphones the waitress was wearing, la la la, good job. Our last letter on the page is M. And M makes the sound like the cookie. On this page we have N, O, and R. Can you tell me what picture sound N goes with? Is it like the motorcycle? No. Is it like the heavy weight? Or does it say its name, say ooh, and say ah? If you said N is like the motorcycle, no. Good job. Our next letter is O. We have two pictures left. Does O make the sound like the heavy weight? Or does O have three-letter sounds? O, ooh, like the ghost, and ah, like the no payment. If you said O has three-letter sounds, O, ooh, and ah, good job. That leaves our last letter and last picture. R must say like the weight. On this page we have our last two letters, S and T. What sound does the S go with? Does it sound like the snake, S, or does S sound like the clock, T? If you said S sounds like the snake, S, good job. That means our last letter, T, must sound like the clock, T. Now we're going to move on to our first word. Do you remember this word from our stories? Here is the word with our sound reminding pictures. Try and sound it out. Okay, let's do it together. Let's start with the first letter. Our first letter is S. What sound does S make? If you said S like the snake, good job. Our next two letters are smiling and holding up their hands, so it says its name. E. Roll it all together. S, E, C. Did you guess the word right? Did you know this was the word see? How about this word? It's only one letter, so easy. It says its name. If you said I, good job. Do you remember this word from the stories? It only has two letters, A and M. Here it is with our sound reminders. Okay, let's see if you got it right. We'll start with the first letter, A. And it's going to sound like the boy with the bad haircut. Ah! Our next letter is M. And it sounds like when you're eating a chocolate chip cookie. Now let's roll those sounds together. Am. Am. Did you think this word was am? If you did, good job. You're already starting to remember the words. Our next word is only one letter. A. The word is A. I want a apple. Well, how about this word? Do you remember it yet? When we see a word and remember it, it's like when you meet someone and you've asked them their name before and you remember it. But when we don't know their name, we have to sound it out. That's like asking someone their name. Hi, what is your name? And they might say, Juliet. But when we say, hi, what's your name to a word, we sound it out. Okay, well, we're going to sound this out for those that don't remember this word's name. Let's start with the first letter, A. Ah. Our next letter, N. N. Our last letter, D. Duh. Let's roll the sounds together. And. This word is only two letters, I and S. Do you remember this word? If not, let's ask this word what its name is by sounding it out. Our first letter is I, and I says, like the girl that steps in the poop, eh. Our next letter is S, like the snake, S. Let's roll those sounds together. Is. How about this word? Do you know its name? G and O. Let's sound it out together for those that don't. Our first letter, G, says, like the man drinking water, G. Our next letter says its name, O. Roll it together, G-O, go. How about this word? Do you remember its name? Well, let's sound it out. The T says, like the clock. T. The O says, like the ghost. Ooh. Roll it together. T. Ooh. Two. How about this word? C-A-T. What's its name? Let's start with the C. Like the scissors. K. Next is the A. Ah, like the bad haircut. Last is the T, like the clock. T. K. At. Cat. Oh, look, it's another at word. Do you remember this one? If you remember it, shout it out. What is the name of this word? I hope you got it right. If you didn't, let's sound it out together. R sounds like the weight. A sounds like the bad haircut. Ah. T sounds like the clock. T. Rat. Do you remember this at word? This one starts with an S. Let's sound it out together. S. Ah. T. Sat. This is our og words. Do you remember what word this is? If you don't remember the word's name, let's sound it out together. D. Ah. G. Dog. Dog. How about this og word? Do you remember? It starts with the L. Let's sound it out together. L. Ah. G. Log. Here's another og word. This one starts with an H, like warming up your hands. Ah. G. Hog. Hog. Do you remember this word? Let's start with the first letter sound. Ah. N. On. On. How about this word? It starts with the letter I. I. N. In. In. Do you remember how to spell this? It's a picture of a cat. Cat has 3 letters in it. K. C. A. A. T. T. K. At. Cat. How about this one? It's an at word for rat. R. A. T. If you spelled that right, good job. How about this og word? D. D. Ah. O. G. G. Dog. D-O-G. Good job, everyone. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.